Okay, welcome. AJ, say hello.
Hello.
Okay, AJ got his first moose this year, and the moose is hanging up in the meat house. And we have Dr. Gary.
Doctor.
Doctor. Okay, and so we are going to be butchering AJ's moose up today. It's going to be fun. Here's our little meat house. Okay, what are you doing there, Gary?
Time to go cutting.
Time to cut. Excellent.
Halloween.
We've got the meat house set up. We got tubs for the meat. We've got the meat grinder. We've got some more tubs. Check out the wall of fame. Shane. Okay.
So we should show them how to break down a hind quarter.
Break down hind quarter.
So
Excellent.
we're going to break it down into its major pieces. You'll be able to do it yourself when you get your own big game, elk, moose.
Perfect. Show me how it's done. Okay, so what are we looking at here, Gary?
So in the hind quarter of this moose, we're going to break it down into the flank, which is the flap of skin in the belly. There's not much of it left here, but we're gonna take off the flank. We're gonna remove the sirloin tip. You can kind of see an outline here. Then we're gonna have the whole loin, which is the sirloin, the T-bones, the wing, your prime steaks. And what's gonna be left is the hip, and that will be broken down into the inside round, outside round, and eye round.
Okay.
Okay? So if you can imagine what a T-bone steak looks like, it's gonna have an eye of meat with a tenderloin and a little bit of a tail. So we're going to come down the sirloin tip, make a tail on the steak right down to that rib. Then we're going to get a handsaw and we're going to cut those two ribs off.
AJ, you want to grab the handsaw over there?
Cutter. Assistant.
Doctor.
So that's going to be our flank. There is a part of a flank steak left in there. Nice piece of stew. Some people will make a steak out of it.
Okay.
Doctor. Sirloin tip's going to be inside from the knee. Femur runs right down here. So we're going to run our knife in under the knee till we hit the femur, that leg bone. We're going to follow it tight right down until we hit the hip joint. About 1.5 inches after, we're going to come out at 90 degrees. So let's feel our way down. Right under the knee, hit a bone. It's solid there, you can't go any further. We're going to try to stay 90 degrees to that bone. I can feel the bone, we're coming down it. We hit that joint. We're going to square up a little bit, come past the joint about 1 inch, and 90 degrees back out. Doctor,
Ooh,
get a look at that, sirloin tip.
Okay. Cool.
So you can see the bone. We followed the femur right down, hit the joint, the ball joint. We're going to try to sink our knife right into the joint between the two bones. So it's going to be about there. Close up, Stu, can you see that? The joint between the ball and the socket?
Okay.
That's where we're shooting for. And we're going to come back to the tailbone at the end of the butthole. That's the technical term. The butthole. About 2 vertebrae down into the tailbone below the butthole. We're going to make a diagonal line, but we won't be able to cut through the whole way, so we're going to just guess. So my tip's not going through, only the heel. We're going to get just past it, all the way through. Look at the other side. and we're aiming for that second joint down. So now we've got a complete meat cut with a bone and a bone holding it. Doctor, where's your saw? Okay, so you can see the joint there, just a little bit of the socket. That's going to be the top of our steak loin. That's the sirloin steak right there. And so now all we've got left is just a little tail, a little vertebrae at the tail. Doctor. And then you've got your hip left.
And that's the breakdown into...
That's the breakdown of your major components. Yep. This is great for if you want to make jerky, really lean, clean steaks in there. It makes really nice roasts. You know, your inside, your outside, your eye are completely lean roasts. The old school name was the Baron of Beef. Well, this would be Baron of Moose. Yeah. But that's your big main solid meat muscles to make jerky or steak or roast out of.
Excellent.
The end. You do? Stand there. Okay, so there's our sirloin tip. It's all trimmed up. It's all tied up. Cut it in half. That is a beautiful piece of meat right there. Sirloin tip. Okay, so we got 1/4 done. Let's see what we ended up with. That's going to be our trim. That's going to be our hamburger. We ended up with 5 roasts altogether. Steaks. Now, we're going to do something unique with our steaks. We're going to make minute steaks. I have a tenderizer. Most people don't have a tenderizer, but you can always bring your meat to your local butcher and he'll charge you a small fee and you can get all your stuff tenderized. So Stu, fire that baby up and let's see what it does. So we're going to drop it in one way and then crisscross the pattern, drop it in the other way. Perfect. We gotta be careful not to get our fingers in there. Rotating knives. Catch it with your hand underneath.
How come?
Hold this.
Oh, those, no, not these ones, Gary. These are the tender ones.
Okay. Well, now you got a tenderloin.
It's all this stuff that was, you wanted the big monster stuff, so.
Get it in the hole.
Look at that, I threw in a couple nice small ones like that. It's like, you know, they'll just make nice quick fries, eh?
It spreads those chunks out so much.
Yeah.
Evens the piece out to about a 1/2 inch. But you end up with all the fibers pre-cut. It's just a minute steak. It's a cutlet. It's all the same thing. But we really like to do our steaks this way. The machine cost me about $1,200 Canadian, so that's about 17 bucks US. But
we can do the conversion. It could be closer to 20 US, but
yeah,
you know, it's
that's still pretty reasonable for, you know, as much meat cutting as Stu and I does.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of.
And we haven't even been drinking it all yet. Well, sorry. I'm such a rock star.
You are a rock star.
Yeah, you're gonna get sued.
No, Jerry does good editing.
Yeah.
He'll,
Blot it out.
yeah, in there it'll probably be, Stuart, you're such a good porn star, so stop throwing your meat around. But look at that. Man, that turned out nice. So, you know, these ones here,
Are we
AJ,
good on footage for this?
do you want all this?
Yeah.
Or do you
Let's
want,
keep some.
because you can,
Put some in with the tenderloin or something.
I don't know about strips, but this would be my stew. I'm gonna tenderize my stew. Can you imagine what?
oh, look at that.
Wow, that's a honker.
Yeah. Look at that.
You know, if you want it a little bit longer, do it again. Literally choose it up. Okay, only 1/4 left. AJ, that's the end of yours. How'd you make out? You got some more. You got some more tenderized steak. Stu, can you give us a lesson on how to wrap?
Probably not. Piece of paper, piece of meat, slap her down, tuck her in, yeah, you know.
Diagonal, fold it in, flip it over, fold it in. Bob's your uncle.
There you go. Yeah, Bob Barr is my uncle. Did you know that?
Bob's your uncle?
Yeah, Bob Barr.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Bob.
How high did he set it?
How high did he set the bar?
Yeah.
I really couldn't tell you on that. So,
Okay, well, leave a note in the comments if you know how high Bob set the bar. And if you can say that 10 times fast.
then you can come have a moose steak with us.
Look at that.
And we already showed those bros.
Yeah, we already showed the roast.
Okay.
There's some stew. And a whole tub of hamburger.
That's all going.
That's next. We're going to grind that baby up in this top fuel, alcohol burning grinder of love. Okay, so here's the hamburger. Comes out of the tray. We're making about 1 pound packages. And from our experience, we know that if we cut this, I put it in the camera. Once right down the middle. Closeness doesn't count. Then, get the flipper to the paper, just like that. Two hands. You will lose it on the floor.
Okay, nice.
We pre-wrap with saran wrap.
So Nice seal. And take that. Into a paper. Hamburger in the paper. Over.
You gonna write on it, AJ?
Oh, I will write on it.
M for moose, because you've also got beef. Ham, we know that's not pork, we know that's hamburger.
Usually we write HB on it.
HB, come on, rookie.
Come on, rookie.
It's fine. You can write anything you want.
Correction.
And 23 for the year, just in case we get some mixed up. And that's it. We'll just finish wrapping. We got a little more stew to wrap. A couple more packages. That'll make a few hamburger patties. And that is a wrap of 2023 moose still in the freezer. The end. We still got a beef to do, but moose is done.
Make the boys say, "Hey, that's my lemonade." Make the boys say, "Hey, that's my lemonade." Make the boys say, "Hey, that's my